And we're live.
Good morning and happy Friday. Yes, Friday, the end of the week, and the end of a crazy week for us. Good morning. This is the Pete Braley Show. I'm Pete Braley, along with my son, Matt.
That's me.
At the fancy, schmancy new desk that we have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, kind of a weird week with coming down with whatever I had this week, which we still don't know what it was.
I know, it doesn't really feel like a Friday. We only did 3 shows.
I know. It's like the middle of the week was just sucked out, you know?
Yep. And plus, we had momentum going. We went to Virginia. We brought the show to Virginia. We came back. We did a show, and then we had to stop.
Then the aches and the pains.
Yes, but we're back.
Yes, we are.
And hopefully for good now.
And welcome to the show. We invite you to join us in the chat this morning. You can also comment on the YouTube video if you're watching that later in the day. Also comments on our Facebook page, which is The Pete Braley Show. And you can email us. It's thepetebraleyshow@gmail.com. We also had a thought this morning that if you have any questions about the show, just let us know.
Questions about, I don't know, the dynamic here.
Where you guys set up.
If we get along on a regular basis. The answer is no. If you have any questions about the show, stuff you want to see, questions about Pete, questions about me.
Yeah, sure.
I'll answer them, I guess. Ask some questions.
Now that you mention that, questions about you, we had 2 comments about you after yesterday's show.
Yeah, not necessarily in a positive light, I would say. Not mean or anything. But.
Well, he was talking about how he has a degree in accounting, and he's not thrilled about that. Really.
Yeah, I hate accounting.
It just
with a passion. Well, we were talking about professions that we would never date, and so I said an accountant because I know what it takes to get an accounting degree, and I said that you have to be miserable to get that. And so this is where the comments came.
So this is where Nathan commented. He said, "My girlfriend and I are both accountants. Matt, you don't have to be miserable to be an accountant. It is not all about doing taxes, as most people think. I actually enjoy it because she understands that there are certain times of the month or year that are going to be busier than others. We can also talk to each other about work and not get looked at like we're talking Chinese."
See, you found each other. And that's what's important. Yep. But 2 accountants, man. Props to you guys. See, the thing is, I have a personal hatred of accounting because I was so miserable for the past 4 years. So now it's my duty to make fun of accounting. So I hope I don't offend anybody, but it is my personal. Plus, actually, the first accounting class I ever had, and I loved this guy. This was the only. Well, no, there were a couple professors that I liked, but he walked in and he said, "Welcome to accounting." He's like, I was an accountant for so many years. He was like, so what that means is I'm miserable. I have no friends. I drive a very average car, and I live in an average house. And I loved that. I thought it was hilarious. And I saw myself in that future, and I ran. But yeah.
Also, my friend Yvette commented. She said she loved the show yesterday. And for Matt, not every accountant is a humorless, horrible bean counter. A lot of us have a sense of humor and enjoy life. ... Orderly life.
But enjoy life while working, though? Do you enjoy... See, what I want to know...
No, I worked with Yvette. She was our business manager, and she seemed to enjoy... I'm sure there were parts of her job...
Well, being a business manager seems more exciting than, just a straight-up accountant, I will say. Yeah, no offense to anyone that's a straight-up accountant.
I'm sure there were times in her life where she had chores she didn't want to do. We all had those in work, where you got to do this part that you hate.
What I want to know, and I mean no offense to any accountant, but did anyone grow up as a child, and when people were like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Did anyone actually say an accountant, early on? I feel like that's a decision that comes end of high school.
I want to be a firefighter.
It's stuff like that.
But I want to be an accountant.
Yeah, does anyone want to be an accountant? I don't think so. Well, I really don't.
We have posed the question.
Yes, I want to know who dreamt of being an accountant as a child. My guess is nobody.
We're off to a good start, aren't we?
Yes, I hope people don't hate me.
Welcome to June 25th. It is 6 months until Christmas. That's why today is National Leon Day.
Let's go. That means 5 days less than that until my birthday.
Oh, that's right. His birthday's on the 20th.
Start coming up with ideas, guys.
Yeah. National Leon Day. Leon is Noel spelled backwards. So, we're 6 months away. And today is the day for some crafters to begin planning their homemade crafts and decorations for the holidays. It can also be a day for those who miss the winter holidays to have a mini winter celebration in June.
I mean, I don't. The summer's great though.
I would never wish the summer away.
Yeah, I mean, I like the winter holidays. Like that part of December is great.
Right.
The rest of the winter is pretty miserable.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
I don't think I would celebrate that.
So you're not going to celebrate National Leon Day?
I don't think so.
Okay. It is also Take Your Dog to Work Day. And since we work from our home and Charlie's here, bingo, we're already doing
There we
that.
go. Yeah, he's with Trish today, though.
Yeah. Take Your Dog to Work Day. On the date book for today, the 25th, it was on this day in 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea, beginning the Korean War. On this day in 1984, Prince released his Purple Rain album.
I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first use of the rainbow flag, the symbol of gay pride, was made on this day in 1978. Gilbert Baker used it at a march in San Francisco. And from the Wayback Machine, the fork was introduced to American dining by Governor Winthrop on this day in 1630. The fork was introduced. I wonder how they came up with that idea.
I mean,
I wonder if I don't know if the spoon came first.
my guess would be it did, and they were like, "Well, this is very ineffective." Yeah,
Can't pick anything up with
exactly.
this. And one celebrity birthday, and that is Carly Simon. The singer Carly Simon is 76 years old today, probably still on Martha's Vineyard. Coming up on the Friday show, can you name an iconic music event that you wish you had seen in person? Can you name an iconic, or is there a group or something that you wish you had been alive for, or whatever that you wish you could have seen? Jerry Seinfeld in a new show about Pop-Tarts? Evidently. A weekly feature called Don't Tell Me, Florida. And also a Feel Good Friday story. So we have that coming up. We do not have a clip from the vault this week. We get all screwed up this week with 3 days missing.
This guy just loves a ration on me. If you didn't say anything, nobody would have asked.
No, I'm just saying, I'm not rashing on you.
He's just unhappy with my performance.
I am not unhappy with his. Is this
what it
gonna,
is.
Is this going to be a theme of the day here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So you want to get to the news? We'll get this out of the way this morning and see what's happening.
Let's do it.
3 major Massachusetts hospital systems say they will require all employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19, even those who did not have direct contact with patients. Mass General Brigham, Beth Israel Lahey Clinic, and Wellforce said Thursday that requiring vaccinations for employees is critical. The inoculation requirement will kick in once the U.S. Food and Drug Administration grants full approval to a vaccine. Workers can request exemptions for medical or religious reasons. 2 bears have caused trouble on Massachusetts roads in recent days. On Thursday, Marion firefighters responded to a car in the woods after it struck a bear on Route 195. No further details were released. A bear also caused a 3-car crash on the Mass Pike in Warren on Wednesday. No one was hurt in the crash, though the condition of the bear is not known. According to the state, about 30 to 40 bears are hit by cars on an annual basis. President Joe Biden announced on Thursday that, quote, "We have a deal," signaling a bipartisan agreement on a $953 billion infrastructure plan. Biden made a surprise appearance with members of a group of senators, Republicans and Democrats, after an agreement was reached Thursday. Details of the deal were scarce to start, but the pared-down plan, with $559 billion in new spending, has rare bipartisan backing and could open the door to the president's more sweeping $4 trillion proposals later on. Horrible story outside of Miami. A beachfront condo building partially collapsed early yesterday, about 1:30 in the morning outside Miami, killing at least one person and trapping others in the tower that resembled a giant fractured dollhouse, with one side sheared away. Dozens of survivors have been pulled out. Rescuers kept up a desperate search for more overnight. Much of the beach side of the Champlain Tower South sheared off for unknown reasons, pancaking into a pile of concrete and metal more than 30 feet high. I just can't imagine that. 1:30 in the morning, you'd think you're sound asleep and all of a sudden it just collapsed.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, experts are trying to, because the building is really not that old as far as
That's what I was
buildings.
wondering, like what the cause of it was.
Yeah, nobody really knows
Yeah.
yet. And the building is only, I think I heard, 40 years old.
So it makes you want, like, was it faulty design or something? Or?
Faulty design, or there was something about the building had actually been sinking. You know how buildings will actually, over the years, will actually sink a few. And this, right by the ocean, it had been sinking a few. So
Yeah.
And finally, they say kindness counts. A new study shows that some states are kinder than others, and Massachusetts has some work to do. According to a study by Verizon, Kentucky is the kindest state in America. The bluegrass state topped the list thanks to its southern charm. New Mexico came in second. Oklahoma rounded out the top three. Massachusetts landed at number 45 on the list.
That doesn't surprise me at all. There's
Really?
some mean people in Massachusetts.
There are. You're right.
Plus, think about
Right.
just driving in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah.
The road rage that goes on. Like, we don't deserve to be at the top.
Okay.
We got some work to do.
I should have checked to see where, because I know we have Abby, who joins us from Vermont,
Yep.
and Gail, who joins us from Maryland, and Nathan from Florida. I did not get those results. I'll have to look into that further. A farewell to Dustin Pedroia tonight at Fenway Park. We'll get to that next. But a story I meant to get to yesterday, a woman wore the same exact colorful Hawaiian shirt. Oh, by the way, it is Funky Shirt Friday. I forgot to mention that.
For Pete, I'm wearing probably the most boring shirt you can, you can get. Yeah.
You don't do the funky shirt.
I don't.
A story I meant to read yesterday. A woman wore the same exact colorful Hawaiian shirt, similar to this, to 264 Zoom meetings since the start of the pandemic. She wore the same shirt for 264 Zoom meetings, and not a single person at her company noticed. She shared her funny experiment in a series of TikTok videos, showing off the shirt with flowers and pineapples that she has put on for hundreds of meetings in the past 15 months. When she finally told her team what she had done on her last day of work, they were completely clueless.
I really hope she washed it.
Well, I would think so.
And I would also hope that she, like, wore it for the Zoom meeting and then changed so that she wasn't wearing it, like, every day.
Every day wearing the same shirt? Yeah.
Because there's no way she washed it every day.
No,
so.
I would think it was just for the meetings.
But, I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. I feel like college classes, I don't really remember, like, thinking about what people were wearing.
Yeah, you don't focus on it.
No.
It's not a thing that you focus on.
Unless it's, like, maybe a friend. Like, if you know the person. Like, if you're close with the person,
Yeah.
you'd probably realize it. But, I don't know. It's not fair, though. If we wear the same stuff, we would get rashed on in the comments, probably. Because you could tell. We have a running record.
You want to try it? You want me to bring this shirt
No.
back?
No, not every day.
By the way, this is for Funky Shirt Friday. This is actually a shirt that I had, and Liam had the exact same shirt in his size. Of course, he can't wear it now because I think it was
too
like
small.
12 months.
Yeah.
Just a 12-month shirt. Fortunately, I'm not saying the same thing. I can't wear it now. That would be a different issue between the two of us. But
I was going to say that it'd be for different reasons. Liam's growing, which is what's supposed to happen.
And I should not be.
I mean,
Is that-
you can do whatever you want. Love yourself. But if you start, growing out of all your clothes, then we might have a problem.
That was one thing about the Zoom meetings. I think people actually paid more attention to what was in the background. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember, and a lot of the backgrounds would get rated. I
Yeah.
know on Twitter you'd see something like, hey, 10 out of 10 for the background.
Yeah, some people were doing like The Office, like all the Office interviews from the TV show. They would put like that background up. I thought that was pretty funny. Big Office fan here.
Otherwise, they'd have books, and you'd have to see what is there a secret message behind the books they're showing?
By the way, what's up with all the people getting caught for not wearing pants on Zoom nowadays? Do you see that? It's like
Has it
becoming
become
way
a
more
thing?
common now.
Yeah?
Of people like their phone falls down and you can tell that they're not wearing pants. Like people, just always assume the worst is going to happen.
Yeah.
If you
right.
want to wear sweatpants with like a suit jacket, that's fine because then if the phone falls, it's funny.
Didn't John Krasinski do that with his
Yes,
when he was doing that Good News show?
Yeah, I think that was
would,
for
he would look great in a suit, and then he'd stand up and he had his
pajama
pajamas
pants.
on.
Yeah. Which that's funny. But don't go with no pants because everybody's going to see everything. I promise. Something's going to go wrong. So just let's not do that. We got a lot of chats here. Let's catch up
let's
here.
find out what's going on.
Abby says good morning. Good morning, Abby.
Good morning.
And she also says nice shirt. There you go.
Thank you.
Gail says good morning. Good morning, Gail.
Hello.
Let's see. Abby says, been a weird week here. Logan and I got wicked sunburned. Both had chest colds, and Mom is in the hospital.
Oh, no. My goodness.
Oh, she said, I'm ready. It's Friday.
Yeah.
Well, we're sorry about all that.
I hope,
And
Mom's
hope everything
okay.
gets better. Yeah. Here we go. Nathan says, I enjoy working. I'm an accounting supervisor. Accounting was my backup plan.
His backup plan.
But was accounting your dream from the start?
Well, he probably had something else.
When did the accounting kick in? That's what I want to know.
When Plan A didn't develop,
I know, but I want to know the age.
Okay.
That's what I'm asking.
All right.
God,
all
this
right.
guy. Let's see. Gail said, I started my college career in accounting, realized I didn't want all the overtime at tax time, so I went to nursing school, nights, weekends, holidays. Loved it until I found massage therapy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's see. Lori says, why do we do Christmas in July when today is actually 6 months difference? We should do Christmas in June. That makes a lot more sense.
We should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who started Christmas in July? There's your homework.
Okay.
Figure that out.
I'll work on that today.
Nathan says, accounting's not all about taxes. I work at a medical company that buys practices from retiring doctors. I will say the stuff I didn't mind was the more like managerial accounting stuff.
Okay.
But I definitely think that everyone's assumption is that accounting is all taxes, which it is not. I can say that. Diane, this is to the concert stuff, so we'll save that. Let's see. I believe... Oh, Abby said, I would always have to wear pants. With my luck, the camera would definitely fall. That's what's happening to people. The camera keeps falling, and everything, you
you
see it all.
the worst.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you're using a laptop, you can control that a little bit better. But if you're using your phone and you're trying to prop it up on something, it's definitely going to fall, I promise you.
Yeah.
Nathan said, I was a pre-med major, saw the mountains of debt my freshman year, and changed. Hey, respect.
Okay.
Respect.
All
yeah,
right.
because being anything medical is going to be a lot of debt.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And that's it.
All right. We'll check sports on this Friday morning. Wild Red Sox game last night. Well, not really wild, but we're talking a no-hitter going into the seventh inning. Red Sox right-hander Nick Pivetta carried a no-hitter into the seventh. Boston's bullpen extended it into the eighth, but the Tampa Bay Rays were the ones celebrating in the end in a battle for first place in the American League East. Manuel Margot scored from third base on a wild pitch with 2 outs in the ninth inning to give the Rays a 1-0 win over the Red Sox.
Let me tell you what I love about the AL East, though. Literally every year, you never know what's going to happen because the best team, the Yankees will be in last place one year. Then the Red Sox will be in last place.
Yeah,
the next year, the Red Sox will be in first place. The Orioles were like really good for 1 year. Now they've just been crap.
Bad.
But like the Rays are another team where they'll be first or last. Like it's all over the place. You can never predict. And then the Blue Jays, right? Are the Blue Jays in it?
Yeah, Toronto.
Yeah, Blue Jays, same thing. The Blue Jays will have a year where they're nasty, and then they're trash.
Yep.
It's just all over the place.
So because of that, Tampa Bay is back in first place. A weekend series with the Yankees is up next. They play tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday afternoon. It's a day game on Sunday. I just don't like when the Red Sox have Sunday night baseball.
I don't know what your hatred of that is.
Well, I think it goes back to my days of getting up at 4 in the morning. I was like, I can't watch Sunday night baseball. I got to get up at 4 o'clock. And even though I don't get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I still have that mentality.
Yeah, Nathan says AL East is best division in baseball. I agree.
Yeah.
It's always just all over the place and fun.
Although the Padres are a fun team to watch.
Yeah, the past couple of years.
Yeah, they are. Tonight will be a memorable night for the Red Sox, for Red Sox fans, as we get to say goodbye to Dustin Pedroia. A special ceremony will be held before the game, so don't tune in right at 7 o'clock. Tune in, about 6:30, 6:45 to see that happen on Nesson. The Clippers beat the Suns 106-92. Phoenix leads that series 2-1. Montreal beat the Golden Knights 3-2 last night to win their Stanley Cup playoff series. And here's a neat story I read yesterday. Alabama offered an 8th grade running back a full scholarship. He's in the 8th grade.
That's a risk, though. No?
Yeah, you're right. Kalen Moses is out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. He is the youngest brother of former Alabama linebacker Dylan Moses. He is running all over the competition, scoring touchdowns at will, so the defending national champs offered him, an 8th grader, a scholarship. He hasn't taken them up on the offer just yet. He still has several years to make that decision.
But like, if he gets hurt, can they like revoke? I mean, I hope they don't revoke the scholarship because that's big for him. But like, could they technically? Because I feel like that's a big risk.
I would think so.
You're betting on him now.
I would
to
think
be
so.
Healthy in 4 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jerry Seinfeld and a new show about Pop-Tarts. Well, that story next, but I also read yesterday the relationship between siblings is crucial to your emotional well-being. And yes, I thought of you.
Why? Am I depressed?
No, because it's a sibling story.
Oh,
so I thought
okay.
you might be interested in this.
I just want to make this clear. To my 3 other siblings. He read a sibling story and thought of me and not you guys.
Oh God.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, just saying.
If you have a question about how we get along throughout the day, I spend the whole day with stuff like this. Research.
But I said yesterday, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I said yesterday, if every second of every day was just, I don't know, like boring, like, hey,
Hi,
Dad.
Dad.
Hey, Dad. How are you doing? That's good. Love you, Dad. This is great. You want to watch a movie, Dad? Let's watch a movie together. Do you want to have a catch? Do you want to have a catch, Dad? We always joke about the saying of have a catch because nobody says that.
Nobody says have a catch. They
But
say
in
play catch.
every movie, it's, do you want to have a catch? But anyways, my point is, if that was our days, day in and day out, how boring of a life would that be?
True.
I keep things interesting.
Definitely. You definitely do that.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Plus, imagine this show if I never gave him crap. None of you would probably watch.
Yeah, nobody would. I wouldn't watch. I wouldn't sit here.
Yeah, like you rashing on me and me rashing on you. That's what keeps this show alive.
What do you call it? Witty banter.
Oh, witty banter.
Witty banter.
Witty banter. We always joke about that. Witty
All right.
banter.
Researchers found a close relationship with a sibling during the college years is the most reliable indicator of your emotional health at age 65. They say it's even more influential than childhood closeness to parents, parental divorce, marriages, and career. And being close to your siblings is associated with less loneliness, lower levels of depression, and greater life satisfaction.
So, the college years thing, like my college years, or like would it be me right now being close to my siblings?
Close relationship with a sibling during the college years is the most
Probably,
reliable.
I would think.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've kind of always been close. There's never been like a certain time period when we haven't been. So,
My brother and I actually got along the best when he moved out.
no, that definitely happens.
When we were
I could
under the
definitely
same
see that.
roof, and at one time we even shared a room, but when we were under the same roof, we were just at each other all the time.
I think that was Kat and Sarah. If Kat's here, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Kat and Sarah, once Sarah moved out, became really close, like way closer.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess it's just, you're not stealing each other's stuff,
Yeah.
getting in the way.
But like me and Kat, we've always been close, even when we lived. Like me, because we're so close in age.
yeah,
So
2-year difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah,
All
we're
right.
close.
And entertainment news this morning. Let's get to this. Jerry Seinfeld is set to star in a comedy about Pop-Tarts for Netflix. The comedian will also direct and produce the show called Unfrosted, which is inspired by a bit in his last stand-up special, 2020's 23 Hours to Kill. It was a comedy bit he did about the origins of the Pop-Tart. Production is set to start on Unfrosted next spring.
Sounds like a terrible Pop-Tart, though.
I'm curious as all hell to figure out.
Yeah, I don't really get it. Is it like a documentary about Pop-Tarts?
I can understand it. Set to start a comedy. It sounds like it's a series. I mean, I can see I can see a comedy bit about Pop-Tarts.
Let me tell you what they successfully did. They successfully made us go, what is this? And now we have to check it out. They got what they wanted.
They accomplished.
They got what they
wanted.
wanted. It could be a terrible TV show, but we're going to watch it.
We did a bit the other day about why do Pop-Tarts have warning labels?
Oh, yeah.
If you have a box of Pop-Tarts in your house after the show, don't run away now.
Yeah.
Or pause and come back to the video.
If we're on your phone, you can just carry us.
That's true. We could. Let's go.
But I know, like I know, like Peter Guy watches us on his TV. So do not take your TV
Kinda
off the
hard to
wall.
take
I
it off the
don't
wall.
I don't think that's how TVs are meant to be used. But I can't be sure.
But if you check your Pop-Tart box, there is a warning on it.
But we talked about how I'm not surprised that there is, because people do dumb stuff sometimes.
And
The reason that there's a warning label is because someone put it in the toaster with the wrapper on.
Okay.
You know that.
So this is more of a legal cover your ass situation.
Most of the time, whenever there's like a rule or a warning or anything like that, it's because somebody did it. They probably didn't think of it until it happened, and then they probably put it in the toaster with the wrapper on, and then sued Pop-Tart and said, "Well, you didn't say not to.
You didn't tell me not to."
And it's like, well, yeah, but if you have any ounce of common sense.
I used to do that when I was doing the radio show. I used to do this a bit about strange laws that are still on the books. Like I don't know, you can't have a horse in the middle of town on a Sunday.
Yeah, something like that.
And then I used to say things like, "Remember now, there is a reason."
Exactly.
They made that
Somebody
law.
must have done it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford got hurt on the set of Indiana Jones 5, and I got to tell you that I'm not surprised. He is 78 years old. He suffered a shoulder injury while rehearsing a fight scene in Britain. There is no word on how long he will be out of action, but producers say the filming schedule will be adjusted. Filming began earlier this month, ahead of a planned June 2022 release date.
They had to pay him an insane amount of money to get out of bed at age 78 to go film a movie.
I would think
an action movie.
An action movie.
Of all things.
Yeah.
It would have to be an insane amount of money.
I mean, I mean no disrespect. I'm amazed that you're 78 years old and you can
Props
do an
to you.
action. Yeah.
But
I'm not surprised he got hurt.
And it's also got to be a lot of money. I don't think I would do it, especially after doing as many movies as he's done. He doesn't need the money.
I read somewhere that I don't know if you can hear Charlie in the background.
Yeah, he's barking at something.
I don't know if I read somewhere where it would have made much more sense if they had introduced a child at some point. Like Indiana Jones had a son.
Yeah.
If
that's typically what series tried to do.
Yeah, because then they could bring it back and have a 5, 6, 7, but
as opposed to the films that like just randomly have a new Indiana Jones. Well,
Right.
not Indiana Jones, but
Right.
like films
A
that
new
randomly
actor.
have a new actor. Yeah.
Ford is no stranger to onset injuries. 7 years ago, a door on the Millennium Falcon actually almost killed him.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your entertainment news for today. And why don't we get into the story about music?
Yes.
There is a new study that polled people across the world about the iconic music moments they would have liked to have seen in person. After all these years, Americans are still crazy for Whitney Houston. 3 out of 10 people wish that they could go back in time to see Whitney's live rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at Super Bowl 25, which was January of 1991. Still referred to, I think, as the best version of the national anthem.
I mean, what about who was it at the NBA Finals a couple of years ago? It was Fergie, right? Wasn't it who did the like awful rendition? Where like she must not have been able to hear.
Might have been
because it was terrible.
But the whole thing with Whitney Houston was this, the Gulf War was going on. There was a feeling of patriotism in the country, and she just came out and nailed it. She did such a great job.
She's definitely one of the greatest singers of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
So most Americans would like to go back and relive that moment. Among the top 5 that Americans rank high include Elton John's performance of Candle in the Wind at Princess Diana's funeral. That was 1997. The Beatles' rooftop concert. That was 1969. And I don't remember this one. The Rolling Stones jam session in Hyde Park was also in 1969.
You don't remember that one?
No.
I was there.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Time travel.
I was a big fan.
No, yeah. 3 and 5 say they remember every second of the first live concert they ever attended.
I don't think I remember every second. I mean, I remember the concert in general.
Yeah.
But not every second. I think that's a lie.
I would have trouble with that too. I mean, I can remember. I remember seeing the Eagles in Providence, but I don't remember every moment. 56% remember how happy they felt. Well, obviously, And it's no surprise that attending a concert or festival is the number one activity Americans want to resume when COVID restrictions ease.
Yeah. We do have some here. Diane
Okay.
says Queen at Wembley Stadium at Live Aid. I love Freddie. That was one of mine. That one, but also I would say the CMA Awards performance of Chris Stapleton and Justin Timberlake singing Tennessee Whiskey and also Drink You Away, which is Justin Timberlake's song. It was like an 8-minute performance. If I could just go back to that, because you see the faces of everyone in the crowd and just like the amazement in their eyes. Like I would have loved to hear that live.
Cool.
If you haven't, look that up on YouTube. It's a really, really cool performance. Let's see. Lori also says Queen. Abby says I would have loved to see Linkin Park.
Okay.
Nathan said, "Oh man, saw Linkin Park 5 times and had tickets to see them the year Chester died."
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Gail says Woodstock. What else do we got here?
Now, my question though is, Gail, would you have liked to have been at Woodstock? Because from what I've read, it was
a rough experience.
It rained and there was mud and there was everything in the field and
yeah, at least that one happened as opposed to. Did you hear about the Fire Fest? Did you ever watch that documentary?
No.
On Netflix, I recommend it.
Okay.
This guy tried to put on a music festival on an island, like that was the only thing going on the island.
Okay.
It all went to crap, and nothing actually happened.
Never happened?
No, but people went to the island thinking it was going to happen, and then they were eating like cheese sandwiches is all they had for them, and just it completely got destroyed, and all the music artists like bailed as they started hearing that it was not actually a thing. Yeah, I think that guy's in jail.
So what is it? What is the documentary?
It's called I don't know what it is. If you just search Fire FYRE on Netflix, it'll pop up. I don't know the exact name of it.
All right,
but it's about the Fire Festival. Abby says it was Fergie that sang that national anthem.
It was Fergie.
You gotta love Fergie, but not that national anthem performance. That was,
and again, that's got to be a technical thing, you know.
That's what I would
because
think.
Fergie's good.
It had to have been she couldn't hear in her monitors, which sucks because like you can't do anything at that point.
No,
you're already in it. You just gotta do it. Nathan says I would have also loved to see Queen. Yeah, that's got to be one of the best live performances of all time. He also says Michael Jackson also.
Yeah.
And then Gail said, yeah, I would have loved being at Woodstock. It frequently rained when I went camping. There you go. You're prepared then.
You're used to it.
Yeah. And that's it.
But I just, as I learned about Woodstock, because I was 8 years old at the time. So, but as I've learned about Woodstock, it seems if you weren't high, you would have been miserable.
Well, there you go. You just have to get high.
So, is there anyone you would have liked to see? You can let us know if you're watching this later in the day. You can let us know in the comments. Who would you have liked to see? Would you have liked to see the Beatles live? Now, I mentioned how I went to see Hanson once with Sarah and Doug, my two oldest, and it was just crazy loud with screaming. The Beatles would have been that way. You would have been sitting in a
high-pitched screams.
Oh, high-pitched screams from girls. I did see Sinatra, and I got to tell you, yes, I saw Frank Sinatra in his later years. He probably retired like the next year, but I saw him in Providence.
Oh wow!
And I know some people were critical of him because he had a monitor with the lyrics. No matter
who cares,
and he was kind of in the round, so there was a monitor here.
Yeah,
and some people were like, "Oh, look at that! He's got a monitor." It's like at the time the man was probably in his 70s, so cut him some slack.
But also, I know a ton of artists that are in like their 30s, and they do. The fact of the matter is, they have so many songs that like you try and remember all those lyrics.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll do that. If you can go on stage and remember every single lyric, then you have the right to criticize.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was never a big Elvis fan. I don't think I would have liked to have seen Elvis. Maybe just for the experience.
Yeah.
But
probably to see once. Yeah.
Yeah. But Sinatra was something. He really was. So anyway, you can let us know in the chat or in the comments. Is there anyone you would have liked to have seen that and it, again, doesn't matter about age. If you could go back in time, who would you like to go see? All right. Time for a Feel Good Friday story this morning, and our story is about Timothy Harrison. Timothy Harrison didn't have his cap and gown. or graduation tickets, or even a ride across town to get to the ceremony. But that didn't stop his coworkers at the Waffle House in Center Point, Alabama, from making sure this 18-year-old got there. Harrison had been working at the Waffle House just over a month, and he was finishing up his senior year at Woodlawn High School in Birmingham, Alabama. On May 27th, Woodlawn High School was holding commencement across town. Harrison didn't have a ride, so he went to work. The manager, Cedric Hampton, said, "Why aren't you going to graduation?" And he said, "I don't want to miss work." So Hampton says, "Hey, you're going." So the Waffle House employees put everything on hold. The team banded together. They bought Harrison dress clothes, including slacks, a new shirt, and a tie. They headed over to the high school to make sure he could still get his cap and gown. And then they drove him across town to the events. But the story doesn't end there. After Harrison's story went viral, Lawson State Community College offered him a full scholarship, books included. Harrison says, I really didn't expect that to happen. He will attend college this fall, and the possibilities for his future are now wide open.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's
I love
pretty
that.
cool, huh?
Yeah.
The dude just figured, I can't get there. I don't have the clothes.
So he goes to work. Yeah.
I'll just go to work.
Shout out to the boss and the employees, though, because there's probably many bosses that would have been like, all right, great. Let's get to work. We got a lot to do today.
Glad you came in.
I'm glad you chose
Move
the
that
right
stuff.
place. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's cool.
By the way, if you have anything happening in your life that you want to celebrate today, you can let us know in the chat or the comments. This is Feel Good Friday. We try to highlight at least one good story on a Friday, okay, for you?
Yeah.
Another feature we've started over the past couple of shows, this is show number 17, by the way, is Don't Tell Me, Florida. Even Nathan has admitted that it seems a lot of these weird stories come out of Florida. And, a lot of times you'll be reading it or you see this on TikTok and you see, you start reading the story about what happened, and then sure enough, you come along to the town in Florida. This is the story about an angry Florida man pulling a gun on a drive-thru worker because they forgot the cream cheese for his bagel.
Well, how dare you?
I know.
First off.
The employee at the other end of the gun just happened to be the daughter of the police chief. The man became angry at a Starbucks drive-thru when they messed up his order. It happens, right?
Yeah.
He returned to the window, right? So he must have drove off
Yeah.
and then around the building again, right? He returned to the window screaming at the employee. She asked whether the man had paid for the cream cheese, at which point he became enraged and pulled out his gun. Chief Delma Noel Pratt's daughter told police that the man did not point the gun at her, but she feared she'd be hurt if she did not give him the cream cheese. Eventually, the woman gave the man the cream cheese, and he drove away. A suspect now faces several charges.
Well, yeah, if anyone pulls a gun on me for cream cheese, I'm just giving them the cream cheese. I don't care that much. But I will say, you need to be some type of... you got to have some stuff going on in your life to pull out a gun on cream cheese.
I know. I mean, that can't be the worst thing that's happened to him that week.
But also, if you just went back and was like, hey, I paid for this cream cheese, and I didn't get it, they'd probably just give you the cream cheese.
Yeah, I would think so.
To pull a gun... Well, I think the moral of the story is make sure that it's not the police chief's daughter before you pull the gun over cream cheese.
That would
So
probably,
you need to ask, do you have any relation to the police? And then you can pull the gun on. I'm kidding, obviously. Do not pull out a gun for any reason.
I'm trying to think what else could be happening in this man's life that he pulls
cream cheese.
That he pulls a gun over cream cheese.
Like, just go home and get some cream cheese.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know. That's just... Yeah, you got to be in some sort of pain. That's all I'm saying. Abby said, what? You don't pull guns on people for forgetting your cream cheese.
Yeah.
That blows my mind. There's got to be more to, like, this man's psychiatric well-being because, I don't know.
Like I said, can't be the worst thing that happened to him that week.
And the sad part is I'm sure it happens, like, a lot over dumb stuff like that. Like, I don't know. you get your order wrong somewhere. I'm sure people have pulled out guns because people are crazy, man.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
All right, odds and ends as we clean out the files here before the weekend. Over 40% of men in the United States experimented with their look last year. Researchers surveyed 2,000 men about life during the pandemic. They found 42% took advantage of their time off during quarantine by experimenting with their looks, either trying different hairstyles, that was number one, new clothing styles was number two, and growing out their beards was number three. I actually started to do this, I think, after the holidays. It was either you or one of your sisters.
It was me and Kat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I used to keep it tight. And they said, why don't you grow it out? See what,
yeah, we
see
saw
how it
an old
looks.
picture of when you had your beard a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I grew out my hair, and I grew this, sorry, excuse for a beard over quarantine. I used to just have the goatee going.
Well, to give you hope here,
Yeah.
I used to have two spots right here
Yep.
where I could not grow any hair. When I was 20s, 30s,
Yeah.
I could not get a beard to grow here. So I did a goatee
All right.
because
So-
I just couldn't.
So I can look forward to being able to grow a beard, but losing all of my hair.
Well, I didn't mean to go that far. I didn't mean to go
But yeah,
that
I did
far.
grow out my hair over quarantine because I wanted the awkward stage to be while no one was seeing me. So
I
it worked
thought
out well.
I thought of shaving my head during the quarantine.
Really? This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I've toyed with the idea of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think your mother at one point had said, "Go ahead, give it a shot," but one of your sisters had said, "No."
Yeah.
So I didn't do it.
I don't know how you would look with a completely bald
Yeah.
head. I mean, probably pretty similar.
Because you gotta have the right head
Yeah.
to shave your head.
I mean, it would grow back, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Eventually.
maybe we should do it. We'll do it live on air. We'll get Trish in here with the clippers. Let's do it.
82% of people believe that their experiments were successful, and they said they will keep the makeover post-pandemic. I have done such. And you have too,
So far, yeah.
so far?
We do have a quick Feel Good Friday
Oh, sure.
from Mrs. Guy. She wanted to shout out her student Mason on his very first caught fly ball at the Whaling City Youth Baseball Field last night.
Oh,
Mason is an 8-year-old and was playing right field. That's what I'm talking about.
There you go.
I like it. Shout out to Mason.
And
Good work.
thank you, Mrs. Guy, for the story.
Yeah, and stuff like that. If anybody has anything like that, let us know. We can shout some people out.
You guys used to play in the Fairhaven Acushnet League.
Yeah.
So I followed their Facebook page still.
Mm-hmm.
And it just amazes me that they have 8 and under all-star teams. I don't know
Why
if
didn't we?
did they when you did?
I think
when you
so.
played? Yeah.
Well, I will say they now have like every age. So they have like 8U, 9U, 10U, 11U. But
Yeah.
we just had like 8U, 10U, 12U type deal.
It just amazes me that there are 8. Now remember, 8 and under. So you could have some 7-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
That are playing like an all-star game tournaments for the weekend. You know,
No, I'm pretty sure we had 8U.
didn't we?
I think so.
It just seems to me as a young age to put out.
8U's what? That's
Your
like
all-star
B League,
squad.
I think.
Yeah, that'd
think
be
so.
what we called B League.
Yeah. Abby says, I showed the kids a picture of Dad with just his mustache, and they didn't like it. Yeah, I didn't like Pete's mustache either. Pete rocked a mustache for
Yeah, I did for a long
while.
time. For a long time.
Wasn't a fan.
No.
Wasn't a fan. I think the beard's definitely the best. Goatee was second. Mustache is dead last.
We'll have to we'll have to find a clean shaven picture too, because now that I look at it, I don't like it.
No, I
What?
think that was like, I think the Washington, D.C. trip, I think
Was
you were
clean
clean
shaven?
shaven.
Yeah.
Or that might have been mustache. I don't remember. I was looking at pictures before we started the show. But yeah, I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah. And finally, if you're looking for something to do this weekend, a British man, this will be, you can try to top this. A British man said it took him hours of attempts, but he was finally able to break an unusual Guinness World Record by stacking 5 M&M candies.
I really don't think I have the patience for that.
It took him hours
I would get really frustrated.
to stack.
Because just think about how many times he got to 4 M&Ms and it fell.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know that happened.
It had to.
When that would happen, I would freak out. I would break something probably.
His name is Will Cutbill, and he had long dreamed of getting his name into the Guinness Book of World Records. Yeah, he didn't have a dream about M&Ms. He just wanted to get his name in.
Notice how his dream was not accounting, and it was M&Ms.
So anyway, you and accounting.
I'm just kidding. It's all love. I will say this. If you love what you're doing, I love you. That's all that matters. If you love being an accountant, do it up. I did not. That's why my hatred.
Yeah.
My hatred is all jokes, though. If you're happy at what you're doing, then I'm happy for you.
So you wanted to get his name into the Guinness Book of World Records, but it wasn't until the lockdown that he decided to make his dream a reality by stacking M&Ms. The record of 4 M&Ms had been jointly held by Silvio Saba of Italy and Brendan Kelby of Australia before the record-keeping organization verified Cutbill's video and issued him a certificate for stacking 5 M&Ms.
I'll say 2 things.
Okay.
1,
Can't wait.
why M&Ms? Like, why that world record? I feel like there's definitely better world records to go for than that one.
I have nothing.
You could never catch me doing something that would be that, like...
Because if you think about it, 5 M&Ms, the degree of difficulty, I guess.
It would take me weeks, and I would freak out.
And if you're watching this and you're saying, this is stupid, try it.
Yeah, no, I probably couldn't even do one on top of the other.
Yeah, I'd be lucky if I got 2.
Yeah.
Never mind 3.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah.
And the second thing I want to say is, so he submitted this by video.
Yeah.
So it wasn't in person.
He didn't have a judge come.
So my thing is, could he have, like, off camera put some glue on the M&Ms? And how do we know? How do we fact check this? I want to see the stack of M&Ms.
I'm sure Guinness has a way.
And my third question: did he eat the M&Ms, or are the M&Ms going to be on display somewhere?
What would you do? I would save them.
See, the thing is, though, you can't keep them stacked like that. You would have to glue them after that. That's what I would probably
do.
do.
If
I got the world record, I would then probably knock it down and glue them togetger just to have the memory.
Good point.
Yeah.
Because the slightest
If
breeze.
I spent that much time doing that, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to put it on the shelf.
I wonder what the Oreo record is. We'll have to look that up.
I mean, that one's just stacking flat stuff. Like,
yeah, but as you get high enough, it starts to wobble.
But I mean, M&Ms are round, though. That's where the real challenge comes in.
Don't you love the stuff we discuss?
Yeah, this is a daily basis.
And this will continue probably for hours.
We'll probably talk
show.
about the M&Ms for at least like 4 hours. Because what happens is, like, I'll go off and do something, but I'll be thinking about it, and I'll walk downstairs and I'll be like, Dad, what about Skittles? Like, and then 3 hours later he'll text me. He's like, I just had a thought, and I don't know. Does it make a difference if it's peanut M&Ms? Which that would, because peanut M&Ms are more round.
That would be more difficult.
Maybe we need that record.
Now, see, I would think, wouldn't Skittles be flatter than an M&M? Or are they the same?
I think M&Ms and Skittles are similar.
Oh, okay.
Actually, no. I think M&Ms are flatter than Skittles.
Okay.
I don't consider myself a candy expert.
I know, but I'm seeing a research project coming up.
Yeah.
I
definitely think Skittles are rounder. Skittles would be more of a challenge.
Okay.
So
the record for M&Ms is stacking 5 M&Ms.
There we go. We got Gail said, excellent questions, Matt. Thank you. You always need questions like that.
Yeah.
You always got to question the process. Abby said, you're such a skeptic, Matt. I just want to know the validity of this, okay? I don't have time for fake people. If this man lied his way into the record book, we need to know.
Yep, we do.
But I would think that Guinness probably thought the same things that I'm thinking. I don't know how they would fact check it, but
they must have a way.
They must, yeah.
I mean, this is Guinness. They
know
what they're
what it
doing.
was? They probably said, "All right, we respect your video. Send us the M&Ms. We want to test the surface." They run it through some scientific tests.
I'm sure and like I said, this is Guinness. They know what they're doing.
I would hope. Yeah. Well, no, because what story did we have? What world record was it last week where they broke the record? But what was the record? Does anyone remember?
I was trying to remember.
If you remember what the record was last week or the week before, we talked about some lady beating a world record, and she had to stop. She beat the record and she kept going, but she had to stop because the lady had to leave.
Because the Guinness judge had to leave. Yeah.
What is that? That's not professional. If you're a Guinness judge, you're there. You're there until it ends.
You are there.
That's it.
For the whole thing.
But yeah, Abby says, I'm intrigued. Gail said, do y'all stack rocks at the beach? We would do that at Narragansett Beach in Rhode Island. I don't think we ever stacked rocks. My favorite thing, though, is when you, like, go on a hike or something, and you this used to happen, where you would just find randomly stacked rocks.
Yes. Yep.
I always thought that was really cool.
I think your mother, she has stacked rocks. I've seen it in the backyard.
Oh, that's right.
I'll have to ask her about that.
I think she does at the beach too.
Yeah.
Like just small rocks, just while she's chilling. Let's see. Justin says the Hawaiian shirt looking clean. There
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank you very much.
That means it looks good. I know you struggle with the
is that
the
what it
younger
is?
slang sometimes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Gail said, Matt, you can be on my Truth Patrol team. That's me. I'm always looking for the truth.
Patrol.
Yeah. I mean, I really hope this guy. I would assume he did it legit. If he's in the world record book, I would assume it's legit, and
I would think so.
and I'm proud of him. Good. That's a great use of time, and that's not sarcasm at all. A little bit. Anyways, that's it.
All right. That is going to do it for us for today. Thank you so much for being here on this crazy week for us, but we'll try to get back in the normal swing next week.
Yes.
I had people I was going to talk to. All this stuff went out the window when, like I said, they're leaning towards they think I might have Lyme disease. So we're doing a little preemptive stuff here. They got me on some medicine for Lyme disease, which seems to be working because
you're feeling better.
I feel better than yesterday. So, we'll just see where that goes.
Progress. Health comes first, Pete.
Progress. So hope you have a great weekend. And, remember to comment over the weekend on the video, or you can reach out to us, the Pete Braley Show at gmail.com, or like the Facebook page. Oh, we did have one favor to ask. You were commenting just before we went live this morning as to how many subscribers we have.
We're almost at 100 subscribers.
Yes.
So if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That'd be great.
Very easy to do, no cost.
And then if you know anybody that's not subscribed, ask them to subscribe or steal their phone and subscribe.
Yes.
I mean, that would be cool too.
That counts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to hit 100.
There we go.
All right, we leave you with the thought for the day, which, by the way, did you notice, goes up on the Facebook page now. The thought for the day, a smart person knows what to say. A wise person knows whether to say it or not.
I have something I'm going to say, but you know what? I'm not going to say it.
See?
There we go.
You know what? It's only going to cause trouble, so I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
That makes you a wise person.
A wise person.
All right.
Look at that. Everybody have a great weekend.
Go out and make it a great day.
Yes. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.